What if I told you the biggest myth about aging is that you have to feel old? That in Japan, there are entire towns where people over 100 aren't just surviving, they're thriving, sharp minds, strong bodies, moving without a cane. For decades, the most respected doctors, they have been saying the same things. The secret to a long, vital life isn't found in a pharmacy, but in your pantry. We're not talking about some futuristic supplement. We're talking about a single, humble food, a cornerstone of nearly every Japanese centenarian's diet that could rewrite the story of your health. You might have accepted that growing older means your body will ache, your memory will fade, and your energy will drain away, leaving you with a cabinet full of pills. But these seasoned Japanese physicians tell a completely different story. They argue you can age with power, with mental clarity, and with an energy that lasts. And the key might already be sitting in your kitchen. Most of us walk right past this food, dismissing it as plain, boring, or just too simple to matter. But its power lies in that very simplicity. It's not a processed fad. It's not a luxury item. Its only requirement is consistency, not cash. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll discover exactly how this food works as a shield for your body, rebuilding your immune defenses, protecting your major organs, and even clearing out your circulatory system. And there's more. Stick around to the end, and I'll share the specific way the oldest Japanese prepare this food to amplify its power. The best part, this isn't about some extreme diet, some exotic import, or forcing yourself to eat things you hate. It's a change you can make tomorrow morning with ingredients you already know. Now, before we dive in, do me a quick but powerful favor. Hit that like button. It tells YouTube that this information is valuable and helps it reach others who need to hear it. Subscribe, because this channel is all about natural health and aging with strength. And drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. Let's build a global community dedicated to growing old with the same wisdom and vitality the Japanese have mastered. Many people chalk up Japanese longevity to good genes, but that's a convenient excuse. The reality is a set of clear, deliberate dietary choices repeated by virtually everyone who lives past the 100 in Japan. And this isn't a diet of misery or strange, expensive ingredients. Their genius is in their commitment to purposeful simplicity, day in and day out. They rely on a handful of specific foods, passed down through generations, that modern science is now validating for their incredible effects on the brain, heart, and the prevention of the very diseases we fear most. This is the foundation of what Japanese doctors call active longevity. Not just adding years to your life, but adding life to your years, with independence and clarity. And here's the most shocking part. You can buy every single one of these foods right now, but you're probably not using them with the right intention. In Japan, eating these foods is a ritual. The timing, the preparation, the frequency, it all matters. And that's the missing link for most of us. We eat them randomly, while they eat them with purpose, every single day. Some of these foods are so ancient, they're documented in traditional medical texts from over 800 years ago. Others became dietary staples after World War II, a natural strategy to restore the nation's health. What's truly remarkable is that in longevity hotspots like Okinawa and Nagano, the same 5 foods appear in the kitchens of nearly every family with members over 90. This isn't luck, it's a blueprint. It's wisdom put into practice. And if you think this sounds bland, remember that Japanese cuisine is celebrated worldwide for being both incredibly delicious and deeply nourishing. These foods are staples not just for their healing properties, but because they create a feeling of well-being, lightness, and clean energy. As you learn about each one, you'll see how they silently go to work on the very issues you might be trying to solve with medication. Now that you have the context, let's get to it. What are the 5 foods that the world's longest living Japanese eat every day? We're about to break down each one, what it does, how to eat it, and what science says. And be ready, because the last 2 are virtually unknown outside of Japan, but are considered the most powerful by their centenarian doctors. It almost sounds too basic to be a superfood, but cabbage is a quiet giant in the diet of Japanese centenarians and one of the most overlooked vegetables in the West. In places like Okinawa, the world's capital of 100-year-olds, cabbage is on the table at almost every meal, served in different ways, fermented into pickles, lightly steamed, or shredded raw in a salad. Traditional Japanese medicine views cabbage as the body's great protector, prized for its ability to cool inflammation and promote healing. Japan's most experienced doctors say it acts like a gentle janitor for your system, helping to clean the liver, shield the stomach lining, and keep the intestines running smoothly. The 3 pillars of a healthy old age. It's also packed with glucosinolates, compounds that modern science is studying for their potential to block cancer growth. But what's really fascinating is that among the elders, cabbage is called the food of humility. It's not flashy, it's not expensive, but it's resilient, powerful, and whole. Exactly what they believe a person should be in old age. It's no coincidence that the centenarians who eat cabbage daily report smooth digestion, restful sleep, and are rarely bothered by gut issues. There's a Buddhist saying, a peaceful gut creates a clear mind. Cabbage helps achieve that. It's a natural tonic that helps balance the body's pH, purify the blood, and nurture your gut flora, all without needing a single pill. For them, eating cabbage is a gentle act of daily maintenance. And they are very particular about how they prepare it. Cabbage is never boiled to death. It's steamed for just a couple of minutes to keep its crunch and nutrients, eaten raw with simple dressings, or fermented into sukumono, which transforms it into a powerful natural probiotic. This conscious preparation maximizes its benefits, supporting gut health, providing clean energy, and reinforcing the immune system. It's a small detail that makes a world of difference. Another key connection is how cabbage promotes longevity with mobility. Japanese centenarians often say they feel light on the inside, and they credit this feeling in part to their daily cabbage intake. Less gas, less bloating, and no heavy feeling in the gut. This internal lightness supports better circulation, deeper breathing, and sharper brain function. And the best part, it's one of the most affordable and widely available vegetables on the planet. Its power is accessible to everyone, yet so few understand its true worth. If there's a head of cabbage in your fridge, you might see it differently now. It's not just a simple vegetable, it's a vessel of ancient strength. Start adding it to your meals with intention. Change up the preparation. Eat it consistently. Over time, your body will thank you with clearer skin, better sleep, and a quiet, steady vitality. Few foods embody the blend of simplicity and strength better than the sweet potato. In Okinawa, the world's premier longevity zone, it's more than just food. It's woven into the cultural fabric. For Japan's oldest generation, the sweet potato is the ultimate fuel for both body and mind. It delivers a steady, reliable stream of energy that doesn't tax the system and helps keep blood sugar and insulin stable, even in very old age. It's a food consumed out of respect and wisdom. In Japan's hardest times, particularly post-war, the sweet potato was the lifeline that sustained communities. It often took the place of rice, even in Nagano, another region now famous for its healthy elders. The incredible thing is that while the people who ate it have aged, the food's power has not diminished. Veteran Japanese doctors will tell you this humble root fortifies the bones, the gut, and the heart, all without complex recipes or artificial additives. The sweet potato is a powerhouse of soluble fiber, potassium, beta-carotene, and potent antioxidants. In plain English, that means it fights the chronic, low-grade inflammation that ages us, helps manage blood pressure, and supports brain health. Japanese centenarians who eat it daily often experience fewer joint aches, easier digestion, and even say it helps them sleep better. And here's a crucial detail: it has a low glycemic index. It's a smart carbohydrate that fuels you without the damaging sugar rush you get from pasta, bread, or refined sweets. How it's eaten is just as important. While many cultures load sweet potatoes with sugar or butter, the Japanese honor its purity. They steam it, bake it slowly, or in a clever trick, cut it into pieces and let it cool. This last step is an old secret. When a cooked sweet potato cools, it forms something called resistant starch, which acts as a superfood for the good bacteria in your gut. It helps build a healthy microbiome, which is now understood to be a cornerstone of Japanese longevity. In Eastern medicine, the sweet potato is also seen as a grounding food. It provides a sense of calm and balance. Monks often eat it before meditation because it satisfies hunger without making you feel heavy or sluggish. Symbolically, it represents the strength that grows unseen, underground, a metaphor for the resilience we build during life's quiet moments. You can find sweet potatoes everywhere, and they're incredibly affordable. You can prepare them easily and add them to any meal. But their real power is what they represent, a conscious choice for energy that builds you up instead of tearing you down. If you want more energy, a healthier gut, and a clearer mind as you age, the answer might not be in an expensive supplement bottle, but in this humble, ancient, and powerful root. For the longest living people in Japan, brown rice is not a side dish. It's the very foundation of their daily nutrition. Even as refined white rice became common, the wisest Japanese doctors have consistently advocated for brown rice as the superior source of stable, clean, and restorative energy. It's on the table for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For many centenarians, it's as fundamental as the air they breathe. Unlike its white counterpart, brown rice keeps its nutrient-rich bran and germ. This means it's loaded with magnesium, B vitamins, and a wealth of fiber that makes digestion slow and steady. But the key benefit is what doctors call clean satiety. Brown rice fills you up and gives you energy without the damaging blood sugar spikes, the inflammation, or the heavy, sluggish feeling that comes from processed carbs. For Japanese centenarians, eating brown rice is also an act of mindfulness. They chew each mouthful slowly, treating the food with respect. This simple act of paying attention primes the digestive system, enhances nutrient absorption, and prevents the buildup of toxins. It's the complete opposite of our modern habit of mindlessly swallowing food in a rush. They turn a bowl of rice into a practice of presence, and this has a profound effect on their physical and mental well-being. Furthermore, brown rice is known as a natural regulator for the intestines. It promotes regular bowel movements without causing irritation, nurtures healthy gut bacteria, and supports the immune system, which is headquartered in your gut. Seasoned Japanese doctors have long observed a link between daily brown rice consumption and lower rates of autoimmune conditions, type 2 diabetes, and hormonal issues. It's a simple food that delivers complex benefits. There are even studies of Japanese villages where maintaining the tradition of eating brown rice correlates with a lower incidence of degenerative diseases. Residents report having more consistent energy, less anxiety, and better focus, all without relying on caffeine or artificial stimulants. Brown rice, eaten with intention, nourishes you from the inside out. If you're looking for a smarter, more sustainable way to eat, start by rethinking your rice. Swapping white for brown is a small change that can fundamentally alter the trajectory of your energy, your mind, and your long-term health. Japanese centenarians don't chase trends. They stick to what has always worked, and brown rice is one of their most powerful daily commitments. In Japanese culture, the cucumber is far more than a simple salad ingredient. It's revered as a food of balance and known for its ability to cool internal fire, a traditional term for the silent inflammation that quietly ages the body from within. It's no surprise, then, that this vegetable is a constant in the diet of centenarians. Whether pickled for breakfast, sliced in a salad for lunch, or served as a side with tea, the cucumber is always there. It's cheap, simple, and incredibly effective. According to traditional Japanese wisdom, the cucumber is an internal cleanser. It helps flush toxins via the kidneys, reduces water retention, and soothes the digestive tract, especially after eating heavy or rich foods. In practical terms, eating cucumber regularly leads to a feeling of lightness, less bloating, and improved circulation. And when your circulation is good, your brain gets the oxygen it needs, your heart works more efficiently, and your joints stay healthier. Modern science is now catching up to what Japanese elders have known for generations. Cucumbers are a great source of silica, potassium, and antioxidants that help maintain skin elasticity, lubricate joints, and support liver function. For Japanese centenarians, this food is a non-negotiable part of their diet because it creates an internal feeling of coolness and freshness, helping the body recover from physical exertion or stress. They don't see it as a garnish, they see it as daily medicine. The preparation is also key. While we often just slice it raw, the Japanese have perfected ways to enhance its benefits. They make natural pickles, sukumono, lightly fermented, or combine it with ginger and rice vinegar. These methods make it even easier to digest, help regulate appetite, and introduce beneficial enzymes into the gut. They also almost never peel the cucumber, as the skin is where many of its anti-inflammatory compounds are concentrated. The lightness that cucumber brings isn't just physical, it affects your mental state. Many Japanese elders report feeling calmer and less anxious when they include cucumber in their meals. This food is such a staple that it's often served with breakfast to start the day with a clean, fresh feeling. It's this profound simplicity that makes all the difference. If you struggle with bloating, sluggishness, or that feeling of being overheated and stressed, perhaps you need fewer pills and more cucumber. Adding this vegetable to your daily routine, respecting its natural freshness, can be transformative. Centenarians don't get to be 100 by making drastic changes. They do it by making small, smart choices every single day. For the oldest and healthiest Japanese, green tea is not a beverage, it's a sacred health ritual. In the Japanese regions where people regularly live past 100 with sharp minds and active bodies, the day almost always starts and ends with a cup of green tea. This ancient habit is passed down not just for tradition's sake, but for its observable, powerful effects. It sharpens the mind, purifies the blood, and acts as a brake on the aging process at a cellular level. Green tea is loaded with a potent antioxidant called EGCG, which acts like a bodyguard for your cells, neutralizing the free radicals that cause premature aging and contribute to chronic disease. It's also known to improve blood flow, protect the heart, and promote cellular repair. It's no wonder that long-term studies of Japanese populations show that daily green tea drinkers have a significantly lower risk of developing Alzheimer's, heart disease, and even some cancers. But the real magic of green tea might be its effect on the brain. The oldest Japanese doctors have a saying, "Tea cleans the thoughts." Science is now showing this to be true. Green tea boosts dopamine and GABA in the brain, neurotransmitters that enhance focus, calm anxiety, and promote a state of mental clarity. This is a key reason why so many Japanese elders remain lucid, with vibrant memories and the ability to learn new things well into their 90s. They aren't just living longer, they are living more consciously. Another key benefit is its unique form of caffeine. Unlike the jolt from coffee, the caffeine in green tea is released slowly, providing a state of calm alertness without the anxiety, crash, or dependency. This gives Japanese centenarians a steady, focused energy throughout the day, and it also improves digestion and helps regulate blood sugar, which is why it's often served with meals. In Japan, drinking tea is also a spiritual practice, a moment to pause, be present, and find quiet. Many elders will tell you that tea is for calming the soul as much as it is for healing the body. It's common to see them sitting peacefully, cup in hand, simply observing the world. This small daily ritual helps balance the nervous system and keeps the body in a state of self-repair, which is a massive contributor to their longevity. You can buy green tea anywhere, but choose wisely. Skip the sugary, bottled versions and go for pure loose, leaf or high-quality tea bags. Start with 1 cup a day and just notice the difference. You'll likely feel a sense of lightness, focus, and quiet energy. The same feeling Japanese centenarians have cultivated for a lifetime. Now that we've covered the foods that build health, it's time to confront what tears it down. The longest living Japanese are defined as much by what they avoid as by what they eat. And this is where one of their most powerful secrets lies. They systematically remove foods that cause inflammation, clog the system, and wear out the body. The most frightening part, these foods are staples in almost every modern kitchen. The first major offender is refined vegetable oil, things like soybean, corn, and canola oil. They are cheap and everywhere, but they are silent arsonists in your body. In a traditional Japanese home, you'd rarely find these oils. They prefer a little cold, pressed sesame oil or simply cook with water. The issue with refined oils is that when heated, they create inflammatory compounds that damage your liver, your gut, and even your brain. They are directly linked to heart disease, unexplained weight gain, and the chronic joint pain so many people suffer from. If you're aging with constant aches, the problem might be in your cooking oil, not in your years. The second enemy of longevity is hidden sugar. We're not just talking about the spoonful in your coffee. We're talking about the sugar packed into bread, pasta sauces, healthy cereals, and even flavored yogurts. The long-lived Japanese have very little taste for intense sweetness. For a treat, they eat a piece of seasonal fruit. Refined sugar sends your insulin on a roller coaster, disrupts your hormones, and is toxic to your brain. It's a primary reason why so many people in the West experience brain fog and memory decline in their 70s, while Japanese centenarians stay sharp. Your brain gets sick slowly, and sugar is the accelerator. And finally, perhaps the most deceptive villain is one most people consider harmless: white bread. It looks innocent, it's convenient, but it's a nutritional ghost. It's one of the biggest saboteurs of your gut health, your energy levels, and your circulation. White bread has a high glycemic index, meaning it hits your bloodstream like a sugar cube. It's devoid of any real nutrients and causes hormonal swings, bloating, and that chronic fatigue that people mistake for a normal part of aging. It is not normal. It's the result of cumulative dietary choices. The traditional Japanese centenarians eat brown rice instead of bread. They eat root vegetables instead of refined flours. They instinctively avoid foods that didn't come directly from the earth. They aren't following an app or a fad diet. They are listening to the body's innate wisdom. The rule is simple: if a food makes you feel heavy, tired, or foggy, it isn't real nourishment. By avoiding just these three things, many Japanese report an almost immediate improvement in their sleep, skin, and mental clarity. It's not a miracle, it's just the body finally being able to do its job. The gut calms down, inflammation subsides, and the fatigue you thought was just age reveals itself as chronic food poisoning. And you don't have to be perfect. Just start by reducing. Your longevity isn't just about adding the right foods. It's about having the courage to subtract the wrong ones. These silent enemies hide in our daily habits. The oil we cook with, the toast for breakfast, the sweet snack in the afternoon. But you always have a choice, and every choice matters. Your body wants to heal. All you have to do is give it what it needs and take away what's hurting it. Start with one small change. That's how you take back control. Because a long, healthy life isn't about luck. It's about a series of small, conscious decisions made every single day. Now that you've seen the foods that Japan's wisest doctors recommend and the ones they carefully avoid, you might realize the biggest lesson isn't about a specific ingredient. It's about an entire philosophy. Japanese centenarians aren't obsessed with living forever. They are focused on living well, with lightness, clarity, and vitality. And that is built one day, one meal, one choice at a time. They understand that the body is like a garden. What you nurture will thrive, and what you neglect will wither. That is why every cup of tea, every bowl of brown rice, every slice of cucumber is more than just food. It is a quiet promise of self-respect. It's a daily ritual of love for the life you've been given. And when you start to view your own food choices through that lens, you realize it's not too late. Your body is ready to heal. True longevity isn't about the number of years you live, but about the quality of life in those years, with independence, with sharpness, with joy. And that work starts right now. You don't have to wait for a health crisis or a doctor's dire warning. You can start today with one decision. You can walk into the grocery store with new eyes. You can see the humble power in cabbage, the steady strength in a sweet potato, the clean energy in brown rice, the cooling freshness of a cucumber, and the restorative calm of green tea. And you can say to yourself, I deserve to feel better than I have been. If this video resonated with you, please hit that like button now. It's a simple gesture of thanks that helps this message spread. Subscribe to the channel, because each week we share more ancient wisdom and practical tips to transform how you live and age. And tell me in the comments, which of these foods is already part of your life? Or which one will you start with today? I read every single comment. This isn't just a channel, it's a community of people who believe that aging can be a process of gaining wisdom, lightness, and power, not one of decline. But it requires us to take back control of our own health. And that journey begins in the most simple and powerful place of all, your plate. I'll see you in the next video. May your body be light, may your mind be clear, and may every meal be a conscious step on the path to a long, dignified, and vibrant life. Because longevity is not an accident, it is a choice.